Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where last episode we continued to work on our economy and it's starting to get pretty good. It's not exactly where we want it to be just yet, but it's working on scaling, and that's great. We do need to work on a few of these locations, so we've got a Yondar here who's unemployed. I think for the moment we could go for a mineral purification hub, correct? Correct, we could. So that's fine. That looks good there. On this tech world, this is specialist unemployment. We definitely continue to put in a research lab. There we go. Wait, what type of Grochnoploran? Okay, that's fine. Absolutely fine. On Gilprim Secundus, there's only so much that we can do. But we'll go ahead and tick forward here on fastest speed. There we go. And we're keeping an eye on how the Scanurians end up fighting the Istran Slayers. The Nation of Safe has been destroyed. That's ironic. And Sirius Prime is in need of a job. This is a mining world, but it's maxed out on its mining. Unless we were to build another mineral purification hub, which for the moment we can do. That'll do for now.
Scientific breakthrough.
Can we run our surveyor? Yes, we can. Excellent. There's a galactic crisis that has been declared. The Istran Slayers are a threat to all sapient life, and a crisis of galactic proportions. As a consequence, the Istran Slayers, as of today, find themselves in a state of total war with the entire community. Representatives from the Senate have called upon all community members to mobilize their fleets and launch a concerted attack on Meta-Istran territory, declaring that the galaxy will not know peace until the Meta-Istran menace has been dealt with once and for all. Can their rampage be stopped? Now, we are not in that war. I should note that. This is not a war that we are participating in at the moment. We may decide to. And I'm leaning towards it. Declaring our own separate war to try to pick up the scraps. Essentially. Empire size from districts reduction would be pretty decent, actually. Okay, so if we do this, we're going to need a plan. Question number one. These planets. How garrisoned are they? 272. Okay. Question number two. Our army here. How powerful is it? It's not. So we'll go ahead and embark these guys. And then on Arcturus, we should probably go ahead and recruit clone armies. Now, who would be the best here? I'm just looking at the morale damage here. 4.95 for the Grochnoploran Mutatus. 5.25 for the Yondar. Okay, so we'll go for Yondar. And we'll queue up around 10-ish here. And then we'll queue up another 10. But that's going to take time. Next. While that's underway, we are going to... Let's see, that fleet's at full strength. We're going to continue building the first fleet. And we're going to upgrade it. The second fleet will also need to be upgraded, and the third fleet will need to be upgraded. Okay. I'm not surprised that they decided to declare it. We just didn't know when their timing would end up being. So, Earth here. I think that we put in an industrial district. That should be fine. Okay. So, once we finish up our construction on the first fleet, which that's on the way to being upgraded, we should probably buy in some alloys, actually, if we can. And we can sell some minerals, and we're going to buy in at least 400 alloys. That's not many alloys, but it'll get consumed immediately. Okay. We need to grab what we can. So, we're going to get all of these upgrades completed as soon as possible. That's all underway. And I think we're going to attack from 3 separate points. Our noted 3 points. Arcturus, Andrusa, and Wumgium. That's going to be the plan here. As fellow Star Explorers, we salute you. Okay, so the Istrin, are they going to be able to fight off the galactic community? That's the Han Shard there. That is really strong. Okay, so they are actually a fallen empire. That makes sense. Are they involved in this? They are. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Cool. So we're allowing the Istrin to respond to the rest of the community at this moment. That is our current primary goal, I guess you could say, but it's not really a goal at all. So the first fleet is now 50% complete. As soon as it's done upgrading, we're going to move it down to Wumgium. As soon as the second fleet is done upgrading, it is going to move to Andrusa, and the third fleet is going to move to Arcturus. Okay. So that's all underway. This battleship will be done here shortly. So that's fine. Yeah, that's at 89%. The battleship should be done by the time these upgrades get done. Now, the battleship may not be upgraded. That's okay. We're at 70% here. Okay. Yep, that's all looking good. But we are watching the Istrin shrink right now, but I think that's largely because they're tied up on so many fronts. We need to move, and we need to get these upgrades done as soon as possible. We're 75% done with them. All of our shipyards are now focused on upgrading.
Construction complete.
So that's good. 78% done. Now, to be clear, even if we don't get too much out of this, that's not that big of a deal. The galaxy is going to get wrecked. Absolutely wrecked by the endgame crises. That is the plan of when we're going to take over. But for the moment, the Istrin are definitely a big threat, and we want a piece of them. So as soon as we're done upgrading here, we're going to head out. There's no point in declaring war at this moment, since our fleets are not in position. We're building up as quickly as we can. And it's not very quick, to be honest. 81% done upgrading. 82. Hopefully, we did our slow upgrade ships first. I'm not sure that's true.
We have encountered some manner of space-borne beast.
And we're also low on alloys. Now, we knew that would happen. That's fine for the moment. These upgrades are definitely finishing up quickly. 84%. Do we even have all of these queued up at this point? That's what I'm wondering. I think so. We do have our next tradition available. And what do we take here? We could go adaptability. Strategic resource cost and upkeep reductions is good. Habitability upgrade, yeah, that's nice. The building slot is less important. We could go unyielding. Unyielding is pretty good. Unyielding is pretty good here. What's the finisher effect? Defense platform cap plus 50%. Starbase upkeep minus 20%. That is pretty good. I think we'll adopt unyielding for now. It's not my favorite choice, but it'll do for the moment. Okay. How's that first fleet doing?
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
They're still chilling at 84% upgraded. Actually, we're upgrading the second fleet right now, and the third fleet simultaneously. So that's not necessarily great, but it's fine. For the moment, we'll go for battleship hull points. That'll be good. Hypershields will be done soon. And the real question is, the Crisis War and the buffer zone creation. They're winning the buffer zone creation. They're currently winning the defensive war as well, but I expect that to change. This will likely be a very long way. Or very long war, I should say. A very long way. I mean, it'll be that too. But very likely to be a very, very long war. I'm going to sell off a few of those and convert them over to alloys. Alloys are very expensive right now.
Complete.
Very, very expensive. 82% done upgrading here. And 89%. So the third fleet is probably going to finish first. Looking at this. The Scanurians have decided to rival us. An interesting choice, to be sure.
Our ships have been made superior.
Okay, the third fleet is now done being upgraded. The second fleet is at 89%, and the first fleet is at 95%. So the first fleet appears to be done, and we're actually done spending alloys, I believe.
Achieved.
So let's work on getting the second fleet maxed out here. Habitability comes up. That's nice. Fleet command limit, I guess we'll take leader lifespan, but that's mostly a reroll. Hyper shields are going to finish, which is unfortunate because we're not going to have those ready to go.
Our ships have been made superior.
But that's fine. So the first fleet is now on its way.
Breakthrough achieved.
Hyper shields are done. We expected that, but it is unfortunate. We'll grab 0-point reactors next. We're not going to be able to upgrade these, right? Some of these ships may end up getting the correct upgrade, but I doubt it.
Our ships have been made superior.
Okay, let's get into position. The Istran Slayers destroyed the Iriamis system. They've got a Star Eater. Okay. Noted. So we've got these trade hubs down here, right? Let's go ahead and grab additional trade hubs and a hydroponics bay in both of these. We're not going to upgrade it further right now. We've got better uses for the alloys. That's for sure. Okay, we can almost settle Tomb Worlds. That's kind of funny. But we're not quite there yet. So the first fleet has a long ways to go to make it to Wumjiam. The third fleet has arrived over here. And it is 30k, so in theory, well, it can't take on this fleet. That's definitely noted. But we're going to move into position here. The second fleet needs to get into place. They're 75 days out. The first fleet is 170 days out, so we need to head down here. I want to check in on how these guys are doing. Okay. So the Istran are currently winning against the Fallen Empire, and they're tied in the Crisis War. That's fine. We're going to continue to reinforce our fleets. We need about 15,000 alloys to get that fully done. And we're going to continue to work these up. For the moment, this will be reasonably fine. Wow, that was really laggy. Okay. I mean, there's a lot going on right now. Salacious affair, huh? Minus 30 influence? That's fine. I don't care about the influence. So Jurup needs a job here, an Azanti Variatus. And we've got a planetary capital here, so we definitely build our research institute. On Gilprim Prime, we have a planetary administration, which means that we cannot get a Ministry of Production just yet, which means that it's an industrial district. But this guy will refuse to work there, which is not great, but it's fine. Cool. So we're going to get the second fleet to continue to reinforce as soon as we can. We are lacking in alloys at the moment.
Breakthrough achieved.
And there's that leader lifespan finishing up. Cool. We could go for genetic modification and get rid of those servile traits. At least on one species. Or we could grab interstellar campaigns, and that's what we're going to do for right now. That war exhaustion gain minus 10% will be pretty good. Okay, so we're watching this. Wait, Istran refugees just arrived. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. They're on Grumium right now, and we're going to put them to work in our Alloy Megaforge, making war machines against their former nation. Perfect. I'm sure they will have no problems with this. Alloy nanoplants going up, and how are we doing on those volatile motes? It's not great. We're probably going to dip negative into the volatile motes here quite soon. Okay, how are we doing in our positioning? We are in position. So we do an end threat war here. Can we do anything about this starflock? No.
At last, to war.
But the second fleet is going to head out over this direction. We need to tick forward one day. We head out over here, like so. And we grab all of that. That's pretty undefended. Then we come out over here. And we grab all of this that is similarly undefended. Like so. And that'll get us over to that gateway, which would be nice to have access to. We don't have access to our gateway network at this point, but that's fine. Now, as far as this unit goes, we're probably just going to chill here and defend Arcturus. Is I think what's going to happen. I want to double check. They're using plasma cannons and Stormfire autocannons, so even is fine in terms of defenses. So that's okay. I would definitely like to get in more alloys. We'll get a couple, and we'll reinforce this fleet, but we can only produce so much, right? So we're going to grab a little bit out over here, and this we're going to have to leave be until these guys leave or attack us, whichever happens first. We could, in theory, head out to Irani. But I think that they're coming back for us. They're using this hyper relay. That's noted. Okay. So we're just going to try to grab what we can out of this, right? That's going to be the plan. More refugees arriving on Gilprim Secundus. I like it. Excellent. And we're going to be attacking over here shortly. We are not going to be trying to give battle for the moment, if we can get away with it. I'm going to put a pair of anchorages here, and we've already got our naval logistics office. So I think a hydroponics bay is what we get. And same thing in J, we're going to get a pair of anchorages and a naval logistics office, or not a naval logistics office, a hydroponics bay. Cool. Now we could definitely put in our command centers out here. It's kind of late, but we'll get that one going anyway. I'm definitely concerned about the Starflock down here, but they keep going back and forth. Which, for the moment, we're okay with. Now, Groknor is a very powerful station that we cannot attack. Subra, on the other hand, that we can attack. And we can bring this transport fleet in. Excellent. Okay, we are gaining ground for the moment. We need to keep an eye on this. And the Starflock just keeps jumping back and forth. I like it. That's good. We really, really like that. The fact that they're not really responding to us isn't shocking, considering what all else they're dealing with. We just want a piece of this pie, right? We just want to get gains. So that's all we're looking to do here. We'll take Subra, and we'll land on Yurka, I think. 272. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. So we can begin bombardment here as soon as we take that over. We'll begin bombardment. We should probably recruit leaders for each of these. Engineer is okay, I guess. And for this fleet over here, we should recruit in... Adaptable is okay, I guess. That'll work. So as far as all this goes, we're expecting to get quite a lot out of that. Or hoping to get quite a lot anyway. And we need to get a general down here. So we'll recruit one of those as well. Butcher seems fine. And for the moment, we're just going to start bombardment here. We are on selective. We're going to move over to indiscriminate and do as much damage here as we possibly can. Cool. Now, are these guys actually responding to us? Or did they jump through here again? Okay, they jumped through there again. I like it. We're definitely seeing gains here. We'll group these together.
Incoming transmission.
And then you are going to come up over here and land on Yurka. A commercial pact invitation. This is beneficial to us. We agree. This Gilprim Prime world here, we definitely need a job on. But again, this is one of these guys. So... there's not a lot that we can do there. Other than build another farm, I suppose. It's not great, but we can do that. So this is the main thing that's giving me pause at this point. I would like the third fleet to be receiving the lion's share of the reinforcements right now.
Battle is joined.
And that's a 20k fleet, but they're damaged.
A fleet has made the ultimate sacrifice.
Interesting.
Battle
So we'll see how we do against this. Incredibly well is the answer. We demolished them. That's beautiful. Absolutely destroyed. So we're going to be landing armies on Yurka shortly here. And we did just get some scientific breakthroughs as well. War exhaustion gain minus 10%. I love it. What else are we going to go for? Embassy complex? I mean, that's not very necessary for us. It'd just be a reroll, to be honest. Reverse engineer minor artifacts. Might as well. We got more refugees and an embassy. Sure. Now, we are currently negative slightly on our exotic gases. That's noted. We do need to put in a research lab here. Consider it done. And on this factory world, a specialist unemployment will absolutely build an industrial district. Cool. Now, this is all producing consumer goods, right? Which isn't necessarily what we need right now, but it's okay, I guess. Why haven't you attacked yet? Why are you just now leaving? Oh, he went up over here, didn't he? No, I don't think so. I'm confused by that. I don't know what this guy was doing that whole time. We got a lot of territory down here, though, so that's good. What is the actual strength of Achenar? 32.8k. We can handle that. Beautiful. So we're going to continue to reinforce our fleets here. We need another 14,000 alloys to get it fully reinforced. And we're going to be landing over here shortly. And we're doing it now. I wanted to check what our actual fleet strength was there. 943? Okay, that should be enough. But I would like to recruit additional armies here. So we'll recruit 10, and we'll recruit... Apparently we can only do like these guys here, but that's fine. There we go. Excellent. So, that's partly occupied. We can't go to Groknor, but what we can do is we can go to Hiklam. It's getting a little dangerous. We can't fight this unit at this moment. And we could theoretically take Dongar. We'll see what we get out of that. There's not too much that we were ever planning to get out over here, right? So I would like to get this mega structure, but for the moment, that may not be too possible. As far as down here goes, we're definitely getting a lot of territory. I love it. And there's only so much that these guys can respond to, right? They're in 3 wars. They're in this preventative war that we declared. They're in the crisis war. And they're also in this buffer zone creation war. So we're going to get a lot of territory out of this. We've already landed on Yurka, and we're about to win this planet.
Our warriors are victorious.
Beautiful. So Yurka is under our control now. And we've got this world. So what do they have here? That's a lot of exotic gas refineries, actually. That's pretty good. Our exotic gases are negative right now. I'm reasonably okay with this. We've got 2 available jobs, clerk jobs, and meta Istrans. I'm not sure if they're capable of working clerk jobs, but we could simply put in a numismatic shrine or perhaps an alloy foundry here. I'm going to replace the robot assembly plant with a monument. And then we're going to put in an alloy foundry, is I think what we're going to do here. So at the very least, we got an extra world out of this. I like it. What are you doing? Are you actually going somewhere? No. Okay, cool. So for the moment, we're just cleaning all of this up. And we're going to head down towards Hiklam. So we're going to jump in over to here. Looks good. A faction has been founded, the Closed Borders Initiative. and we're going to look to get a second planet out of this. Now, these guys are low stability, that's fine, and we knew that this would likely get taken over by the Skenurians, but at this point, everybody's just kind of carving up the Istrans. So, this is fine. We're very happy with this situation. It is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to see just how much territory we can get out of this. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisoul, Kadra, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.